just to make it a little bit more consistent throughout, updated, a little bit easier to read and understand. This one about signs, it's going to change the dimensions of signs that are allowed just to make it a little bit more realistic to what people actually want to have for signage. And it also includes that if you want to put a sign on someone else's property, you have to request permission from the property owner and receive permission. And then this last one is ADUs. So this is to revise the ADU bylaws in order to be consistent with what the state has recently passed as far as ADUs. So just making our local bylaws consistent with the Massachusetts Affordable Homes Act.
Great. Anybody have any comments, any questions regarding any of the zoning bylaws proposed? We don't see any really that impact the Board of Health all that directly, do we?
No, I mean ADUs, we've kind of talked about with septic, they'll just have to meet Title V regulations, but that's kind of a given there, but nothing really directly related to us.
Okay. All right. Anybody have any questions? Then we will entertain a motion regarding the Springtown meeting zoning articles. You want to
Okay,
make a motion?
I'll make a motion in regards to the Springtown meeting, zoning articles. The Board of Health has no specific concerns at this time.
Great. Motion is made. What motion has been made? Do we hear a second?
I'll second.
Nope. That was Stefan, right? Second. Any further questions, comments? Then we will vote. Stefan,
Aye.
Mona,
Aye.
and we have Rachel.
Aye. Aye. Sorry. Can you not hear me?
Not a problem. Just yell real loud. I can probably hear you, right? So, and I also, so 400, no comments regarding the zoning articles. Next on our agenda, Planning Board request for comment for 397 Elm Street, revised definitive subdivision. I know we've seen this a couple of times.
Yep. So it's the demolition of an existing house and the construction of a roadway to provide access for 3 proposed house lots. They will be served by on-site septic systems. A difference between the last plan we saw and this plan, they are no longer on private drinking water wells. They have added water service lines to the plan. The Board of Health last saw this project January 7th and voted unanimously that the Board of Health is not in favor of new constructions or new construction in the wetlands, and then the usual verbiage there about mosquitoes and Norfolk County mosquito control, as well as recommending that adequate street lighting is provided for safety, and that the applicants submit septic construction and at the time, installation plans to the health department for review. However, that's no longer applicable for the wells. The revised plan includes revisions in response to comments from both the town engineer and the Walpole Fire Department. They'll now be connected to town water, as well as some street lights highlighted in yellow here that have been added for proper lighting. I also did speak with the town engineer today. He did come down and he suggested that the board makes a comment just regarding the way the cul-de-sac is set up. He thinks it would make most sense for the owners to bring their trash barrels down to Elm Street for trash pickup. Just the way it's kind of set up, as well as it is a private road. So just making it easier in that sense, and some safety and for the drivers and such. So that was also a comment that the town engineer had suggested.
Makes sense. Okay. Out of curiosity, I'm sorry, Mona. The town water, any reason or justification why they're not adding the town sewer? Is that not served on Elm Street or?
Yeah, I'm not sure Town water, that has to do with water, the water department.
Mm.
But I know that there's no town sewer on this side of Elm Street.
Okay. Good.
I was
like
just
to-
curious. We know the town engineer's comments, but what were the local fire department's comments like? Is that the same related to the same issue that the way the cul-de-sac was shaped, that, you know, they had to bring down the trash barrels?
So the fire department
To the-
didn't mention the trash barrel specifically. That was just kind of a comment that the town engineer had made to me when he stopped by today. But it was in regards to the fire truck turning plan.
Oh, okay, so maybe, yeah, okay. Maybe
and they
that's
had no
street
issues.
doing.
That sorry, that cul-de-sac is okay with them. Is that what we're saying for the fire department?
Yeah, so the fire department, similar to us, they make comments based on their purview and their regulations. And then the engineers made revisions to the plan in response to their comments.
Great. All right. Any other questions or comments? All right, then we will make a motion. I'll entertain a motion for the planning board request for comments regarding the 397 Elm Street. Does anybody want to make a motion?
Yeah, I can make the motion for, in regards to 397 Elm Street, alternative subdivision. Revised, the Board of Health would like to reiterate comments from the January 7, 2025 Board of Health meeting, and is pleased to notice that the revised plan include added street lights for safety, and that the homes will now be connected to town water instead of private drinking water wells. And just a reminder that proper permits should be filed with the Board of Health for the on-site disposal systems in the future.
If we can also make a motion, add a little bit, Mona, about the recycling and trash requirement or recommendation by the town engineer to ensure that the owners are bringing to the end of the cul-de-sac for a private road.
Sure,
Yeah, if we can add that. Okay,
thank you.
sure. So motion been made. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Motion made and seconded. Any other comments? All right, we'll take a vote regarding the motion and the additional comments around the recycling and trash. If I can start with Mona.
Aye.
Stefan.
Aye.
Rachel.
Okay.
And I also. So comments are made regarding the Elm Street subdivision and 400. And that looks like that was our agenda. We do have a couple other items on the Household Hazardous Waste Day. Looks like that's scheduled for the 3rd of May. Huh?
Correct. So first Saturday in May every year. So May 3rd, 9 to noon at the Fisher School, which is 65 Gold Street. I will send out a sign up for volunteer help probably this week. So if anyone's available, we definitely appreciate the help, even if you can't participate the entire event. Even if you can come and help out for a little bit, you don't need any experience. I typically do like a Zoom training the week prior to the event if you haven't helped out in the past, just so people get acclimated to different roles that are available. But it's pretty straightforward. I feel like it's kind of the same thing every year. And we have a lot of returning veterans that have helped out a lot. So if you're looking to help out but nervous that you won't know what to do, definitely don't feel that way at all. So more to come on the volunteer signups. But again, Saturday, May 3rd, 9 to noon at the Fisher School, which is 65 Gould Street.
Melissa, can you email that PDF to us? Because I
Definitely.
want to hang up some. I work in a big office building, and so
Yeah.
I know that there's a conference room in a common area. So
I can definitely email that, no problem.
thank you.
Melissa, I have a question.
Yeah.
In regards to those pepper sprays, are these like considered hazardous? Like, do they need to be brought in, or can they dispose of them in another way?
I don't know, that's a good question. I know like the aerosol cans, if there is matter inside of it, it should be disposed of like with the hazardous waste days. But I don't know about, I would assume the pepper sprays would potentially be the same, but I don't know. I can look into that and then give you a definitive answer though.
Okay, great. Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you. Any questions for me?
Capability is scheduled to run out the 31st of March. The town clerk, Liz Gaffney, emailed us last Friday saying that she hasn't heard anything yet about it being extended. But as you know, during COVID protocol, we really found out like the night before things ended. So let the board know in advance. We won't send the agenda out until probably the Wednesday or Thursday prior. So next Wednesday or Thursday. So I'm hoping by then we'll probably have an answer as to whether or not we can continue to meet remotely or if we'll have to transition to meeting indoors.
Gotcha.
And then just one
All
other,
right.
there is a election in May on May 20th. So that's something we can discuss in our April meeting, but per usual during election days, it is frowned upon for any board or committee to meet. So we can either switch our dates or go down to one meeting depending on the load of our meetings.
Okay. And that was, I'm sorry, that was which day?
It's not until May, so May 20th.
Okay.
So we still have a
Okay.
little bit of time to
Yeah.
decide that.
Yeah, we'll make sure we keep that on for next meeting. Maybe we can talk about it if we need to. Okay.
I just looked up the pepper spray
Oh, thanks,
for
Jen.
Walpole, and it says that if it's empty, it can go in the trash, but if you are unsure if there's any liquid still in the canister, to bring it to hazardous waste, just to be sure, to be safe.
Thanks, Jen. That's
Okay.
super helpful.
Great.
Thank
Good to
you.
know.
Yes, I was thinking,
All right. If there's any,
and pepper is a spice, right? So, but it's the fact that it's in an aerosol that maybe that makes it like hazardous. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
the bear spray and other things for hunting, right? You can collect them all.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else for the discussion? Any other topics?
No, that's all I have.
Standing. Anybody else? If
Nope.
not, then we will entertain a motion to adjourn. Anybody?
Oh,
Make it.
I will make a motion to adjourn. Anybody want to second?